Here's the problem most partners don't see coming. You can hit every number on your scorecard, keep your customers happy, and renew your designations on time, and still wake up 6 months from now wondering why your co-sell pipeline dried up and your incentive access got cut. The FY26 restructuring isn't a minor program update. It's a big shift in how Microsoft evaluates partners, how incentives flow, and how field sellers find you in the system. Most partners are still running on the old playbook: silver, gold, 6 solution areas, same motions they've been using for years. And that's exactly the problem. If you don't understand the new structure, you're already behind on co-sell eligibility, missing incentive access, and the window to prepare is closing faster than most partners realize. This isn't just a rename, it's a re-architecture of how Microsoft invests in its partner ecosystem. And the partners who treat it like one will be the ones who capture the growth. The old model and why it broke. So let's talk about what's changing and why. Right now, the program runs on 6 solution areas: modern work, business applications, data and AI, digital and app innovation, infrastructure, and security. To earn a solutions partner designation in any of these, you need a partner capability score of 70 out of 100 points across performance, skilling, and customer success. That's been the formula for a while. The problem is, this model created too much fragmentation. Partners stacked badges across multiple areas without building real capability in any single one. And on Microsoft's side, they couldn't focus their go-to-market investments. You'd have a partner with a modern work designation, a security designation, and an infrastructure designation. But when a Microsoft seller looked at that partner, they couldn't tell where the real depth was. Microsoft needed better alignment between partner qualifications and actual delivery outcomes so they could know which partners could deliver on the solution plays they were building their field motions around. The 6-area model just wasn't giving them that clarity. The FY26 restructuring, 6 becomes 3. Here's the shift most partners don't see coming. Microsoft consolidated 6 solution areas into 3, and that changes how you position yourself completely. The first new area is AI Business Solutions, which combines modern work and business applications into one commercial solution area. Copilot and agentic AI are the center of gravity here. Every solution play, every incentive program, every seller motion in this area is built around AI-driven productivity and business process transformation. If your practice sits in modern work or business applications, you need to start thinking about how your capabilities map to AI outcomes, because that's how Microsoft is going to surface you to field sellers. The second area is cloud and AI platforms. This combines all 3 Azure areas, data and AI, digital and app innovation, and infrastructure, into a single unified playbook. Migration, modernization, data platforms, AI apps, it's all under one roof now, and the incentive structure reflects that. Microsoft rolled out Azure Accelerate, a unified program that combines migrate and modernize, innovate, and cloud accelerate factory into one offering with a 70% year-over-year investment increase. But that funding is tied to having the right Azure designations and specializations. If you're an Azure partner, you can't afford to be spread thin across 3 different Azure badges anymore. You need to concentrate where your capability is strongest. Security stays as its own standalone area, but the validation requirements are getting tighter with third-party audits, deeper performance metrics, and stricter skilling thresholds. Microsoft is signaling that security partners need to be independently verified, not just self-attested. Now here's what most partners miss. Your old designation strategy may not map cleanly to these 3 new areas. If you built a modern work practice and a separate business applications practice, those are now under AI Business Solutions, and you may need to rethink how you demonstrate capability in that combined space. If you had a data and AI designation and an infrastructure designation, those are now under cloud and AI platforms, and you need to decide where your anchor is. Microsoft is aligning every solution play, every incentive program, and every seller motion around these 3 areas, not the old 6. The partners who understand this now will have a 6 to 12-month head start on everyone waiting for the official changes to hit their renewal. The new designations and what they unlock. But it's not just consolidation. Microsoft is introducing entirely new designations that most partners haven't heard about yet, and each one unlocks a different type of access. Take the support services designation. It's for partners who deliver high-quality customer support across Microsoft products, and it's measured on hard metrics: escalation rates, response times, and customer satisfaction scores above 90%. If you're running a managed services practice and your support operation is tight, this designation gives you a way to signal that capability directly to customers and Microsoft field sellers. Trusted Tech was one of the first partners globally to earn it, and they went through a third-party operational assessment to validate their processes. That's the level of proof Microsoft is requiring now. Then there's the distributor designation, which validates indirect providers who deliver value-added services to resellers. If you're a distributor, this isn't optional. It's becoming the new baseline for how Microsoft surfaces you to the reseller ecosystem. The designation measures things like reseller enablement, support metrics, and security capabilities. Distributors who earn it get customer-facing badging, Azure credits, product licenses, and incentive access, those who don't risk getting buried in search results when resellers are looking for partners. There are also 2 new device designations. One is for OEMs building modern, hybrid-ready Windows devices. The other is for partners who sell and deploy Windows commercial devices, including Copilot Plus PCs, across the full deployment lifecycle. These are designed to capture the Windows 10 refresh cycle, accelerate Microsoft 365 adoption, and build trusted relationships through secure AI-ready hardware. If device deployment is part of your business, these designations are going to become a competitive differentiator. The Copilot specialization is already available. It signals deep expertise in Microsoft 365 Copilot, Copilot Studio, and agent deployment. This one matters because every solution play in FY26 now positions Copilot and agentic AI as core components. If you don't have this specialization, you're going to struggle to get surfaced for AI-related co-sell opportunities. And then there's the Frontier Partner Badge, the new top-tier status. To earn it, you need all 6 solution designations, plus 3 specific specializations. Microsoft describes it as signaling AI-first, human-led delivery capability. It's designed for partners who can deliver end-to-end AI transformation across the full Microsoft stack. Only a small number of partners will qualify initially, and the gap between frontier partners and everyone else is going to widen fast. Here's the thing about all these new badges. They directly influence how Microsoft surfaces you to field sellers and customers in the marketplace. When a Microsoft seller opens their internal tools to find a partner for a customer opportunity, the first filter is designation status. If you don't have the right designation for the right solution area, you don't show up. Period. The incentive implications. Now here's where it gets interesting. These designations unlock the biggest incentive increases Microsoft has ever put on the table. Take Azure Accelerate. Microsoft announced a 70% year-over-year increase in outcome-based investment for this unified program, which combines Azure Migrate and Modernize, Azure Innovate, and Cloud Accelerate Factory into one streamlined offering. The math is straightforward. If you're managing $1 million in annual Azure consumption, partner-earned credit alone pays 15% on managed Azure consumption through PayL or DPOR attribution. That's $150,000 on $1 million book of business, or $750,000 at $5 million, and that's just one program. Copilot and Power Platform incentives are up 50% year over year, and Microsoft is betting big on AI adoption with real money behind it. The Copilot and Power Accelerate program covers envisioning workshops and deployment engagements with payouts ranging from $5,000 for smaller engagements up to $50,000 for larger deployments, and there's a $2 million global cap per partner. But here's the catch. You need a solutions partner designation in modern work or security just to qualify. On top of an already significant base, security investment is up 15%. The security incentives span multiple engagement types: envisioning workshops, Sentinel Accelerator, Defender for Cloud Accelerator, and CSP deployment incentives, and each one requires an active security solutions partner designation and, in most cases, a specific advanced specialization. The Sentinel Accelerator alone pays $4,000 for activation, then scales up based on data ingestion volume. At 200 gigabytes per day sustained, you're looking at $34,000 per engagement. Here's the number that should grab your attention. Across all 3 commercial solution areas, Microsoft is earmarking 70% of partner investments for the small, medium, enterprise, and channel segment, not just enterprise, and that's a deliberate shift because Microsoft wants partners serving SMB and mid-market customers to capture this funding. But there's a catch most partners miss entirely. ECF funding, end customer investment funds, is gated behind advanced specializations, and no specialization means no access. ECF is where the biggest deal-level investments live. We're talking 6-figure funding per deal for the right opportunities. But you can't even get nominated without an advanced specialization in place. The chain works like this. You earn an advanced specialization, which puts you on Microsoft's radar, so a partner development manager starts engaging you on customer opportunities. You build co-sell pipeline with net new cloud deals. Microsoft approves ECF investment. The ECF-funded deployment generates Azure consumption where your PAL attribution earns 15%, partner-earned credit, your growing ACR strengthens the PDM relationship, and the cycle accelerates. Partners who don't sequence their designations strategically are leaving $50,000 to $500,000 on the table annually. That's not an exaggeration. The difference between a partner who captures $300,000 in annual incentives and one who captures $50,000 usually comes down to 3 things: understanding how programs stack together, setting up all 3 attribution methods, and earning the advanced specializations that unlock the highest value funding. The sequencing strategy. So how do you actually get there without spreading yourself too thin? That's the trap most partners fall into. They see 6 designations, 3 new areas, a dozen specializations, and they try to chase everything at once, which is how you end up with a 45-point PCS in 4 areas instead of a 70 in 1. The smart play starts with anchoring. Pick one solution area where your partner capability score is already strongest and lock that designation in first, because your first designation sets the anniversary date for every future designation you earn. If you earn modern work in November, then business applications in January, then security in March, all 3 will share that November anniversary, meaning you renew everything at once, which is either a headache or an advantage depending on how you plan it. The partners who sequence deliberately use this to compress their renewal timelines and reduce the administrative drag of maintaining multiple designations on different cycles. But if you're not close to 70 points yet, the 25-point capability threshold changes the game. Microsoft introduced this specifically to give partners a faster on-ramp. You can get 25 points in any solution area through skilling alone, like certifications, learning paths, and assessments, which is enough to qualify for certain benefits and incentive programs without needing the full designation. It's not a replacement for hitting 70, but it gets you in the game while you build the performance and customer success metrics you need to climb higher. Now here's the piece most partners skip entirely. You can't earn what you don't claim. Partner admin link needs to be set up on every Azure subscription where you're delivering managed services, and CPOR claims need to be filed on every M365 deployment. These are the attribution mechanisms that make your work visible to Microsoft's scoring engines, and without them, your performance metrics are invisible. And here's the specific number that matters. CPOR earns double the designation points compared to CSP transaction credit alone, so if you're transacting M365 through CSP without filing CPOR claims, you're earning half the points you could be, and that's the difference between a 6-month path to designation and a 12-month path. The partners who move fastest use clustered qualification. Instead of chasing one designation at a time, they build PCS in 2 or 3 areas simultaneously within the same 5 to 6 month qualification window. Here's how that works. The PCS evaluation window for unenrolled areas is the current month plus the previous 5 full calendar months, so you can stage your certifications, deployments, and customer success activities so that multiple areas cross the 70-point threshold within overlapping windows. The certifications you earn for security often overlap with modern work, and the Azure deployments you deliver for one customer can count toward infrastructure, data and AI, and digital and app innovation simultaneously. You're not doing more work. You're just being intentional about which work counts where. Another approach is the specialization first lens. Instead of asking which designation to earn first, ask which specialization you want to unlock, because specializations are where the real revenue leverage lives. ECF funding, Azure Accelerate engagements, co-sell prioritization, all of these are gated behind specific advanced specializations, so start from the specialization you want, like SAP on Azure, threat protection, or analytics on Azure, then work backward to the designation that unlocks it. In most cases, you only need one of the required designations to pursue a specialization, even if that specialization spans multiple solution areas, and that simplifies your sequencing dramatically. The partners who sequence deliberately renew faster, access incentives earlier, and capture more co-sell opportunities. They're not doing more work, they're just doing the right work in the right order. Aligning your GTM motion. Here's the thing about alignment. None of this matters if your go-to-market motion doesn't match the new structure. You could have every designation locked in, every specialization earned, every attribution method set up perfectly, and still get ignored if your messaging and marketplace presence don't reflect the new reality. Start with your messaging. If you're still leading with "we're a gold partner," you're already behind because that language is obsolete. The shift is to something specific. We're a solutions partner for cloud and AI platforms, or we're a solutions partner for AI business solutions. Specificity signals capability, so when a Microsoft field seller or customer hears you describe yourself by solution area, they immediately know what you do and where you deliver. Generic partner language gets you ignored. Your marketplace listings need the same treatment. Microsoft has unified AppSource and Azure Marketplace into a single platform, so the taxonomy and the way customers and sellers search have both changed. If your listings still use the old solution area labels and keywords from FY25, they're getting buried in search results. And stale listings don't get surfaced, which means you're not getting discovered by the field sellers who are actively looking for partners to attach to their deals. Co-sell readiness requires something specific that most partners don't have. At least one referenceable client win per solution area. That's your entry ticket to Microsoft field sellers. When a seller opens their internal tools to find a partner for a customer opportunity, they're looking for partners who have proven they can deliver in that specific solution area. A generic case study doesn't cut it. You need a win that maps cleanly to the solution play the seller is running. The Partner Marketing Center replaces the old GTM toolbox. It's an AI-powered platform for campaign creation, real-time performance tracking, and solution play alignment. If you're still using the old toolbox, you're operating on outdated infrastructure. The new platform lets you create custom campaigns in minutes, align them to specific Microsoft solution plays, and track performance in real time. Partners who adopt it early get a real advantage in getting their messaging in front of the right people at the right time. Bottom line, your GTM should mirror Microsoft's own field priorities. Map your offers to their FY26 solution plays. If Microsoft is leading with AI business solutions, your campaigns should lead with AI productivity and business process transformation. If they're pushing cloud and AI platforms, your messaging should center on migration, modernization, and AI innovation. The partners who align their GTM to Microsoft's priorities get surfaced first, the ones who don't get buried. What different partners should do right now. Now let's get specific about what different types of partners should be doing today, because the right move depends on your business model. If you're an MSP or CSP, your focus should be modern work and security. Bundle licensing with managed services, that's where the margin lives, not in the license markup. Use CPOR on every single M365 deployment you touch. That double designation point advantage I mentioned earlier, it's your fastest path to hitting 70. And target the SMB path specifically, it awards twice as many points per certification compared to the enterprise path. If your customer base is under 300 seats, you're leaving points on the table by not using it. If you're an ISV, your play is different. Pursue the certified software designations and the industry AI distinctions. Get your solution transactable on Marketplace. That's the prerequisite for IP co-sell eligibility. Once you're transactable, target the $100,000 revenue threshold, which unlocks Azure sponsorship tiers up to $1 million. And the industry AI distinctions, healthcare, retail, financial services, those are your vertical differentiators. They signal to Microsoft field sellers that you understand their customers' industry, not just their technology stack. If you're an Azure services partner, go deep on cloud and AI platforms. That's where the Azure Accelerate funding lives. Pursue the advanced specializations that unlock ECIF, like SAP on Azure, VMware, or analytics. Those are the gates to six-figure deal-level investments. Don't spread yourself across all three Azure areas. Pick the specialization that matches your strongest delivery capability and go all in. If you're a distributor, start preparing for the new distributor designation now. It's coming later in FY26 and the requirements are already taking shape. Security capabilities, support metrics, reseller enablement programs, those are the categories Microsoft is measuring. If you don't have those documented and validated, you're going to be scrambling when the designation launches. And here's the one thing everyone should do, regardless of your model. Audit your current partner capability score across all 6 solution areas today. Log into Partner Center and look at where you stand in modern work, business applications, data and AI, digital and app innovation, infrastructure, and security. Know your numbers before the designation changes hit, because once the consolidation takes effect, the old scoring models will shift. If you don't know your baseline, you won't know what you're losing or gaining. The first step. Here's the thing. The first step is simpler than you think. The consolidation is already in market, and the 3 commercial solution areas are live. The designation changes follow later in FY26, but the window to prepare is now, not next quarter, not when your renewal comes up, but now. Log into Partner Center today, check your PCS across all 6 solution areas, and identify your strongest anchor. Find the one area where your performance, skilling, and customer success metrics are closest to 70. That's your first designation, so lock it in. Don't try to boil the ocean. Pick one area, get to 70 points, set your anniversary date, and then expand. The partners who act now will have a 6 to 12 month head start on everyone waiting for the official changes, which means they'll have their anchor designation in place, their attribution methods set up, and their first specializations queued before most partners even realize the rules have changed. The gap between frontier partners and everyone else is widening, and this is your chance to close it. So that's the FY26 restructuring. It's not a minor update. It's a major change in how Microsoft evaluates, rewards, and surfaces partners. The partners who understand the new structure and sequence their designations strategically will capture the incentives, the co-sell access, and the marketplace visibility, while the ones who don't will wonder where the opportunities went. Start with one anchor designation, set up your attribution, and build from there. If you want the next breakdown, we're covering how to optimize your partner capability score step by step, so subscribe so you don't miss it.